Hare Krishna, first video of 2024, and I'm going to give you a super and a guaranteed remedy to get married. See, there are certain yogas in a horoscope, or there are certain requirements of an individual, and those requirements are based on the choices. That look, I have 2 or 3 options, but I want to marry this person because I connect to this person. I am in so much sync with this person, and this person should be my life partner. You see, there are certain conditions in a horoscope where you get 2 or more options to, find out whether this person can be your life partner or that person can be your life partner. But to, eventually make it successful, there has to be certain remedies. For an example, Ma Parvati, she was madly in love with Mahadev Shiva. Her father, her mother, even the Kul Gurus, friends, even Mahadev himself had explicitly said that, you should look for someone else. Mahadev tried to convince Ma Parvati that, we have a very difficult condition to live. You may not be able to get all the comforts of life, food, and, what you've been getting at your father's place. I live in jungles and I'm in meditation. I go for 10,000 years for meditation. Who will take care of you? But she said, no, if I'm getting married, I'll just get married to you. So there are certain remedies. If you have that kind of, a willpower or commitment towards someone, or you've been seeing so many matches and, things are not working out for you, there are 3 remedies that you must do in your life. And I must tell you that these 3 remedies are all tested remedies. With my experience of 15 years, I've been giving these remedies to my followers and natives, and they've got excellent results from these 3. All you need to do is you need to have a lot of commitment. You need to have a promise. You need to have ocean of faith. And if you do these remedies, you will get the results. It is guaranteed. So let's talk about scientific and logical understanding of marriage and the remedies. You see, the Karaka of marriage is Shukra, the planet Venus. If you have an afflicted Shukra, either you'll have 2 or more marriages, or you'll have unsuccessful marriage, or there'll be no marriage, or there'll be delayed marriage, or there'll be heartbreaks. Everything depends upon the kind of affliction you have for the Venus in your chart. But on the same time, the remedy for marriage is also going to come from Shukra. To understand this remedy, you understand little bit about Venus. Venus is also known as Tapas Raja. If you research on Venus, and if you're an astrology student, you'll find out that Shukracharya has been, graced with a position known as, or a status known as Tapasvi Raja. Tapasvi means someone who gives pain to himself and proves his devotion. That is known as Tapasia. So, you've seen many rishis and munis who've been, who just lifted one hand and kept this hand for, maybe 1,000 years. You see such rishis and you see such sadhus in the current time as well. People who are in the Himalayas and in -40s, they are with almost no clothes and doing their meditation. Eating once a day, keeping so many fasts, being vegetarian, being a brahmachari, all these are the tapasyas coming from Shukracharya. Trust me. If you research deep, you'll find the meaning of Shukracharya, that he's a tapasvi Raja. He's meditated, he's hung himself upside down with the smoke going in his nose, and he's been praying for 20 years, which is actually the Mahadasha of Shukra. And then he gets all those Mahamrityunjaya mantras and everything and becomes, the king of all the tapasvis. Now, if you want to get married, there are certain tapasyas that you're supposed to do. You see, at times, because of our prarabdha means the past life. When I say past life, it's previous birth. There are certain karmas which are fructifying here and they are not allowing you to settle down in marriage. To burn those karmas, you need tapasya. And I'm not going to suggest you very hard, painful activities that you must do. But there are certain activities, if you do it with commitment, you'll be able to achieve a very nice family, a very caring spouse, understanding spouse, and someone who could accept your weaknesses. Marriage is all about accepting the weaknesses of your spouse. Suppose your spouse is a short-tempered person, but yet very successful, very lovable, very emotional, but very short-tempered. Now you need to accept it. That's the meaning of marriage. He may not be very good looking or he's very good looking. That's a secondary thing. But the primary thing is, did he accept you the way you are and then had patience? That is the most important thing. That is the definition of the Mr. or Miss Right in your life. That no matter what situation is, the love, the care is always there. Every marriage has fights. Every marriage has problems. Every marriage has some point of time where you feel like you've done a mistake marrying this person, but still somehow you're with that person, you still enjoy with that person, maybe not every day, but occasionally. You still enjoy the presence of that person, care of that person, you still feel like holding the hand of that person. It means that you are made for each other for marriage. Your marriage will be successful. And the successful marriage is just living together for, till your last breath, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. You're there, you saw your children growing, they settled in their life, you saw each other, getting health problems, struggling, you saw each other getting old, you saw each other frustrated, you saw the melting point, you saw the blasting point, everything. That's the journey. But to enjoy that journey, first of all, you should get married. So do a tapasya. A very small, simple, things that you can do is, first I'll tell you what you're supposed to do, and then I'll tell you the mantra. See, if you can afford to go in a temple or a gurudwara or a church barefoot. Now, at times it becomes very difficult for some people to go barefoot because of certain conditions. If your health doesn't allow, or if you have problems with the dust or something, you're not supposed to do it. I'll give you the alternate remedy. But if you can go barefoot, nange paon, to a temple, maybe 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, or 1 kilometer away from your home, every single day for 108 days. 108 days. If you can't do that, the second remedy would be that you go to a temple and you should clean the temple. You should clean the floor of the temple. You should clean, if you can clean if there's a washroom or there is any other area, the main gate, whatever is cleanable in the temple, maybe a big temple or a small temple, go and clean the temple every day with your own hands. You can take, cleaning material from your home. You can take a bucket, or you can ask them, you can pay for it, and just clean it every day. If you can do the both, do the both. The third thing would be, if you can't do any of the both, you're in the foreign lands, try to stand on one leg for 2 or 3 minutes in front of Shiva or in front of Ma Parvati. If you have a picture, it should be a family rupa. There's Ma Parvati, and then you have Shiva, and then you have Kartikeya, and then you have Ganesha. You should have every one of them in the family. Stand in front of them on one leg just for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If you can't stand, keep your second leg down, then again try it, then again try it, again try it. Try it to 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, as much you can. It is the Tapasia that you're going to do every day. And then you're going to do this secret mantra. In fact, there are 2 mantras. One is of Devi. The other one is the mantra that was gifted by Vishnuji to Ma Parvati. You see, Ma Parvati was very much inclined, and she was 100% committed that she'll marry Shiva. So when getting no support, no help, eventually the help came from the brother of Ma Parvati. And you know who's the brother of Ma Parvati? The brother of Ma Parvati is Vishnu. Go find out. You'll get the answers. If you've read the Puranas and scriptures and the text from the rishis, it will give you a clear indication that Vishnu, in fact, will give you 100% that Vishnu is the brother of Ma Parvati, and Vishnu gave a mantra which was Nama Antya mantra. Namaha Antya. Nama Antya means that the Nama will come in the end. So the mantra that Ma Parvati did for at least 10 lakh times was Shivaya Nama. Nama Antya means Nama is in the end. The word Nama means Nama, means not me. It's you, Shiva. So you have to do this mantra at least 1 lakh times in 100 days. So how can you do 1 lakh time in 100 days? If you do 1,000 every day. 1,000 every day means at least 5 malas in the morning, 5 malas in the evening. Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama. Now, when you do this mantra, there are certain protocols. Certain protocols are that when you do this mantra in the morning, before 9 a.m., 5 malas, you should be facing east. You should look at the east direction when you're doing this mantra. And when you do this mantra in the evening, before 10 or 11 p.m., you should be facing north. So east in the morning, and in the night, you should be facing towards either north or the northwest. Face it and do it with 100% commitment. Now, there will be question that if you are in your menstruations and periods and Can you do it? You can do it, but you're not supposed to enter the temple. You're not supposed to hold the rosary, the mala, but you can still do it. So there is no break in between. There can be a range of 1 round to 10 rounds depending upon the problem in your horoscope. So 1 round means 100 days means 3 months. 3 months and 10 days. That's 1 round of 1 lakh. It can range up to 1 round to 10 rounds, means from 3 months to 3.5 years of the sadhana, depending upon the severity of the problem in your horoscope. I guarantee you, I will leave Jyotish if you don't get married and if you don't get a right match. I just said it on air. You will. You will. The impossible things will happen in your life. Something which was no way possible, that will manifest. Shivaya Nama is the mantra. Start with commitment of 1 lakh mantras in 100 days. That is called 1 round. Maybe 2 rounds maximum, or maybe just 1 single round, maybe 3 rounds in 9 months or 10 months maximum. You're through. Hardly people have reached the 8th or the 9th round. They've settled in the 1st, 2nd, or the 3rd round. 6 months, 9 months, year, 2 years, depending upon the how badly placed is Shukra in your horoscope, or how badly destroyed is the house of, the Saptam Bhava, the 7th house, or the combinations in the Navamsha, your Prarabdha. Do it, and you can give me feedback. I'll be looking at these feedbacks, and I'm sure that I'll get 100% positive feedbacks. That's one. The second mantra is the Durga Devi mantra. That I'll put in the description. The mantra is Om sarva badha vinirmukto dhanya sutanvitaha manushyo matprasadena bhavishyati sanshayaha. Sarva badha. Sarva badha means all my obstacles of life. Vinirmukto. मेरे जितने भी ऋण हैं, all the debts of my previous births. Vinirmukto. Sarva badha vinirmukto. Dhanya. Wealth and prosperity and family. Sutanvitaha. Sutan is putra, beta. I should get a beta. I should get a santan. Manushyo matprasadena bhavishyati sanshayaha. If you do this mantra, your bhavishya, your future, is not in the sunshine, it's not in the dark. You can see your future. You can see that I'm getting married in December. This is my date of marriage. I'm doing the shopping. I'm meeting my fiance. We are selecting our diamond rings. We are having cup of tea and cup of coffee every other day. And we'll cherish and remember these moments. First time when he's holding my hand and the warmth that you feel. All these things in life will keep coming with this mantra. And this mantra will also solve any progeny problems that you have. If you have any hormonal problems, if you work out, exercise, take medicines, right, and do yoga, keep yourself stress-free, and then also do this mantra. Om sarva badha vinirmukto dhanya sutanvitaha manushyo matprasadena bhavishyati sanshayaha. Depending upon the karma, the range is from 3 months to 3 years, and you will get through. Ideally, you should do this 5 malas of this mantra in the morning or 5 malas in the evening. The same, just like Shivaya Namah. Shivaya Namah is a Parvati mantra. She did it for lakhs and lakhs of time to achieve Shiva, and she achieved it. You are humans, you can still do it. I mean, you will get your right partner. Being a male, being a female, you will get it. So tapasya, going to the temple barefoot, cleaning the temple, standing on one leg. And the easiest thing is that there's another sort of tapasya. You can quit any two things that you like the most. Suppose you like coffee or paneer the most. Just give it. It's like giving a pain. When you give yourself little bit of pain by leaving those things that are very, very, very priya to you, very, very lovable to you. You can't live without a tea or a coffee or maybe a paneer or something. And say, okay, I'll quit. What is the meaning? The sacrifice is to remain conscious towards the person, towards the God, towards the deity for which you've sacrificed. Every time if I am offered a coffee and if I don't drink it, I'll just tell Shiva that, Shiva, I'm not drinking. You see, I'm your son. Forgive me for my own bad karmas. That's the only hope. That is known as tapasya. So whenever you have any difficult thing in your life, think of a tapasya that you can do. It's not necessarily it's very hard tapasya, but it should be a tapasya. It's a continuous process, commitment and trust. I have seen Parvati Swayambar mantra also working for many of my followers. I mean, if you can spend more time and if you want to do it in a little harder way, you can also add on Parvati Swayambar mantra. But Shivaya Nama, that Shiva, you are the only one. Nama, not me. Shivaya Nama, Shivaya Nama. Keep chanting and you will get the best partner in your life. And I've seen a lot of people got breakups after doing this mantra. You know what? They said, oh, why I got a breakup, Guruji. What happened? What happened was that Mr. Wrong or Miss Wrong is kicked out of your life by Mahadev. He kicked it immediately. The real self came in front of you and there was a breakup. So don't distrust Mahadev. Keep a trust on him. Keep doing it. And I guarantee you, you will be blessed with a very blissful married life. That was my first video of 2024. बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद आपको. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Keep telling me what is happening, okay? Thank you.